What's up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingNews.com. Welcome back to another one of our previews. Let's go to Keeneland on Saturday. It is the feature race of the meet on just the second day of the meet there at Keeneland. The Coolmore Turf Mile worth $1.25 million. Grade 1 event here. Of course, going 1 mile on the turf. Breeders' Cup winning, you're in for the mile. So a lot at stake here. Good field, full field of 12 horses. Going to give it a shot. Should be a lot of fun in at Keeneland on Saturday's opening weekend. Always fun Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Before we get to the race, I do want to mention a little promotion that I always like to talk about. It's the 4th annual Bourbon raffle. This is a raffle that supports the Courageous Kids, a program that is a very, very helpful program for kids that have had a little bit of a troubled time one way or another. 100% of the proceeds do go to this, foundation. So what basically it is a Bourbon raffle. You get $100 tickets here, and you can win one of these 3 prizes plus 7 other prizes as well. You got to see some of this stuff, like this rare collection worth $15,000. This one's worth $9,000. The first prize, second prize, $2,800. You can go to courageouskids.org/raffle to get your tickets. Tickets will be sold all the way up until 7:30 on November 1st. You do not have to be present at this event to win. So you don't have to go on down to Kentucky there to get the victory. So anyway, I think one of our subscribers did win this one year, or did win one of the prizes one year. So it's definitely a lot of fun. And like I said, all the proceeds do go to Courageous Kids. All right, just wanted to shout that out. Our friends are kind of involved with that every year. We like to support people that are doing good things, and that's why I always try to shout that out. All right. Let's go to the field, though, and let's go to what everybody's here to watch, and that is the Turf Mile, the Coolmore Turf Mile, I should say, at Keeneland. Feel it up on the screen now. Let's go through them one by one here, try to pick you a winner at the end. Number 1, Donegal Momentum will open off here for us, and a horse that's coming off a win in the Bernard last time out at Saratoga, winning by a neck in that race. Pretty good horse, really, overall. A horse that's very consistent, going 1 mile. The trouble is when he faces a little bit tougher, horses, doesn't perform quite as well. Did win the poker 3 races back. That was a grade 3 event, but you get a little bit tougher. I don't know about this horse. I would, I like the speed. This horse does have a lot of speed, so maybe that's a good angle here, but I think overall might just be a little bit outclassed against grade 1 competition. The number 2 is Quattro Cinto. This horse is coming in here. Off an allowance win at Kentucky Downs last time out, going 1 mile. Bunch of allowance races on this horse's past performance. He's won 3 out of the last 4. It'll be weaker competition. Allowance races at Kentucky Downs and allowance races at Ellis Park. Another one that just looks like a little bit overmatched. I don't blame him for trying to give it a shot here, but I just could not go with Quattro Cinto on top. The number 3 is Howard Wolwitz, I should say. This horse is going to be stretching out in distance today for the first time after trying 6 and 6.5 and 5 furlong races sprinting on the turf. Last time out was second, beaten a half length at Kentucky Downs and a big time turf sprint there. Definitely has been successful sprinting, but I don't know about stretching out in distance here. Could be a little overmatched as well. This is a pretty tough spot. We did see this horse in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint get 9th, beaten 3 lengths. So I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about this horse in this spot. Stretching out a distance will be kind of interesting. This one I'm very excited to see come over. The number 4, Diego Velazquez. This is a horse that kind of seems to be rumored as a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old to come over for the Breeders' Cup and just never really did. But now he's here, and it tells me they're going to run him here and then go run him at the Breeders' Cup. So that's exciting. Really just a really nice international horse trained here by Aidan O'Brien. Frankie Dettori gets them out 6 of 11 lifetime for this horse, 3 for 6 at the distance, coming off 2 straight victories, one going 7 furlong, and then last time out in a Group 1 going a mile and winning by a head over Notable Speech, a horse we all know here in the United States as well. So very, very excited to see him. We, like I said, kind of had rumors forever that he's coming over this year, and he hasn't. He's here now. We are excited. Diego Velazquez, the 4-horse. Let's see if he can live up to that breeding being by Frankel. All right, number 5 is Wood Shauna, another horse coming over from overseas. 2 races back, this horse was able to win at 7 furlongs in a Group 1 event. Another one that's very, very solid runner from overseas. 8 lifetime starts, 4 wins, 1 second, 3 thirds. So very consistent, hitting the board 7 out of 8 races. Never win a mile. Been running at 6.5 and 7 furlongs mostly. Tyler Gaffleone, so going to get the mount here for this one. And look, I think you got to kind of respect this horse, no question about it. Wood Shauna running very well and a Group 1 winner overseas. That usually translates pretty well to here. It'll just be an issue of, okay, can we get the distance in this spot? Let's go to the number 6, Mercante. Mercante is a horse we kind of, we know very, very well. Horse that's going to cut back in distance once again. He ran a mile 2 races back in the Kentucky Downs preview race there at Ellis Park. Got 4th, beaten a length and 3/4. Last time out at Kentucky Downs, stretch out to 1.5 miles. 4th, beaten 5 1/4. Just didn't run all that well in those races. Some of his other races have been good, though. He won at 1 mile and a 16th, the Arlington Million the Arlington, not the Arlington Million. It was the Arlington Stakes there at Churchill Downs, won by a neck. Just lost going 1 mile and an 1/8 to Spirit of St. Louis in the Turf Classic there on Kentucky Derby Day. I like this horse. I'm not sure I like him at 1 mile. That's where I kind of worry about. He might be a little bit better going 1/16, 1 1/8. I don't know about the mile today. That's kind of my worry here. He does have 3 wins from 7 starts going this distance, but I do think his absolute best race is going just a bit longer. The number 7 is Epic Ride, a horse that's moved over to the turf the last 3 races. Started in June of 2025, sprinting on the turf, got 4th, beaten 2 3/4 in a ungraded stakes race. Went to Ellis Park, ran a mile last time out, 2 races back, got 2nd, beaten 3/4 of a length. And then last time out, won at 1 mile in the Mint Million there at Kentucky Downs. Was able to get the job done in a very, very heavily purse there, $2.5 million. He wins by 2 lengths. Now, that is great news. However, I do think kind of it's one of those things. Okay, you won on the dirt at Kentucky Downs. How does that translate going forward? We know that how quirky that track is, how different that track is. So that's a little bit worrisome. How will he handle these conditions? That's going to be the big question mark for Epic Ride, the number 7 horse. Is he going to be good enough in normal kind of conditions, so to speak? All right, the number 8, Program Trading, a horse I like an awful lot in this race. Really, last time out, he gets 2nd, beaten a neck in the Baruch Stakes. That was won by Donegal Momentum. This horse, though, really coming off of a long layoff in that race, hadn't been seen in over a year. I thought ran exceptionally well. I think he's ready to run a big race. The big question mark for me, the distance. We have never seen this horse run at 1 mile. We've seen him at his best going 1 mile and an 1/8, in my opinion. So I don't know. It might be a little too short for him, but I think, I put a big circle around him after that Saratoga race and said, next time out, you better watch out. That was a really, really sneaky good second in a race where, look, he was 1-2 and he got beat. But you kind of felt like, yeah, he's way the best horse moving forward out of that race. Second off the layoff, I think he's going to be ready to run a lot better. The big question mark for me is the distance. That's what I'm worried about with him, but I am excited to watch him run in this one. The number 9 is Rhetorical. Rhetorical coming off of 3 straight victories against lesser company here. 3 races back at Belmont at the Big A, wins a state-bred allowance. Then goes to Saratoga and wins against Open Company, and then wins a state-bred stakes last time out there at Saratoga, the West Point. This horse is ready to take on Open Company. Not really worried about the Open Company aspect. Worried that the Open Company is also a Grade 1 company. And, I mean, let's face it, there's some horses that could win the Breeders' Cup Mile in this race. So tough spot for Rhetorical. But a horse that obviously coming in here just running very, very well. He was a single for me a couple times up at Saratoga, especially that West Point Stakes that he won up there. Had him singled that day on New York Showcase Day. So anyway, I do think this horse is good enough to try Open Company. You just kind of worry, is he good enough to take on this sort of open company. This is definitely jumping into the deep end of the pool. 3 to go here. The number 10 is Brilliant Birdie. This is a horse I always love to bet, to be quite honest with you. Been very good to me in the past. Last time out was fourth, beaten 3.25 in the Mint Million. I did have him that day, and just couldn't quite get the job done. Did bet him in the Wise Dan 2 races back, was able to win. Bet him in the Arlington, got beat. Bet him in the opening verse and won. So yeah, always like to pick this horse. Up against a lot tougher here though. Grade 3, grade 2 type of runner. Going to take on a grade 1 competition. Pretty good at a mile though. 4 wins out of 6 starts. Has a second in there as well. So pretty good horse at a mile. Only time this horse missed the board at a mile was at Kentucky Downs. And we kind of mentioned it's kind of a Chuck type of race. I like this horse underneath. I'm not sure good enough to get the job done on top, but I do like this horse underneath. The number 11 is Beach Gold. Beach Gold coming in this again off of a 3rd place effort last time out at Kentucky Downs. Before that race at Kentucky Downs, that was also the Mint Millions. This horse won 3 straight races, 2 at Gulfstream Park against the Allowance Company, and then a stakes race at Ellis Park. Another one, I think this is a good horse. I do think we're a little outclassed in this spot. I just like others a bit more here. I think this is an awful tough spot for him. And then finally, the number 12 is John Quill. John Quill coming in here from overseas, won a great Group 2 event last time out by a neck, going this distance of 1 mile. 2 races at 1 mile, 1 win, 1 second. So this is a good distance for the horse for sure. Probably, not probably, it is the lesser of the 3 as far as the international runners are concerned here. But sometimes these horses will come over, and if they handle conditions a little bit better than maybe their other ones, their other friends, so to speak, that have come in here, okay, maybe, you could get the job done. But I don't know. I tend to lean towards the other European runners in here. Would not be shocked. The other thing that is kind of tough, draws a far outside post of 12. That's going to be tough to overcome for sure. No doubt about it. All right. I went on about a lot of these horses. I like a lot of these horses, but I've been waiting a long time for the number 4, Diego Velazquez, to come over here to the United States for the Breeders' Cup. So I'm very excited that he's here. This isn't the Breeders' Cup, but it's going to be a very tough race. Good setup here for Diego Velazquez, a horse, like I said, if you follow international racing, you know who he is, and you've seen him run very, very well. So excited to see him run in this spot. Excited to see him. He looks like he's in great form, winning 4 of his last 5 races, a Group 1 winner. I'm excited. I'm excited to see him. So I'm going to pick him in this spot. Give me the number 4, Diego Velazquez, to win this year's running of the Coolmore Turf Mile. All right, guys, I love this preview. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alert anytime we do videos like this. And most importantly, good luck if you're playing Keeneland on Saturday.